Hey everyone, welcome back to another year at Ridgewood Apiary. So first I wanted to take a second and more or less explain where I've been. I know I haven't put out a video in probably over 6 months now. More or less, I just had some different issues kind of pop up. I don't know if you guys remember, but I do work outside of beekeeping. I teach high school, and also last year I was working a part-time job as well. And to be honest with you, between those two things and also beekeeping and also trying to get started with a YouTube channel, I pretty much just let things slip, I guess is the best way to kind of talk about it. I basically saw beekeeping as like, it became a little bit of a hassle almost, because I knew if I came out here, I was going to have to also record, and then I was going to have to edit. And that just quickly became too much for me to do at one point in time. So I stopped uploading. I tried to come up with a little bit better schedule to help me out, and pretty much just make sure that going into the winter that the bees were going to be okay. It got pretty dicey there for a second. Actually, the far right, there it is. The far right, actually we almost lost it. If you remember, that's the one who actually had a bunch of queen issues going into the summer. And because of all those queen issues, the numbers just never picked up. So we actually had wax moths move in and almost completely take it over. I ended up having to get rid of probably 8 frames of, well, what one point in time was resources, was brood. And luckily I had this, there it is. We'll get it right eventually, folks. We had our resource hive that I was able to take frames from and put in to that, which ended up, honestly, it seems like it worked. Wax moths were gone. The hive is thriving right now. You can't really tell it. It is still February. It is still a little cold, not too bad. I think it's probably mid-50s right now. So they're not exactly out flying, but they did make it into the winter, and as of right now, they are just fine, which is great. So that was kind of like my main focus going into the winter, is like, let's put YouTube on hold. I'll get the bees so that they'll be good to go, and then we'll try it again going into the spring and into the summer of 2022. So fast forward to 2022. Early January, I believe it was January 12th. You can kind of see it a little bit. You might notice that my bee yard here, the ground is black. Unfortunately, we did have a grass fire start. I'm thinking somewhere back here. Couldn't really tell based off of my trail cameras that I have out here, but we did have a grass fire come through. It burnt a good bit of my backyard, back here anyway. My neighbor, you could kind of see back through here. They had a wood fence back there. It's gone. And if we went back into this section over here, you would actually see that a lot of their property got burnt too. I think total, we ended up losing about an acre. Luckily, it was a lot of underbrush, but that was very stressful. A little bit of advice, if you guys think back, I always would light my smokers using the straw that was, kind of in the area around the hives first, and then I would go and, dig for a straw. I think that probably honestly saved the hives, because once the flames got close enough to the hives, there's nothing for them to burn, and it just went around. I did have a trail camera out here. That was my only casualty. My neighbor lost their fence and 2 sheds. Now we have a couple trail cameras, so we can actually see where things like fires or trespassers or kids, because this is a neighborhood, where they might be coming from, and then we can address that issue and make sure that everybody's safe. And then like 2 weeks later, the craziest thing happened. We had about 1.5 to 2 inches of snow, which I've never had as a beekeeper. And here in South Carolina, at least the part I live in, we haven't had in about 7 years. So it's been an interesting start to the year. Things are going well. I have done a brief little inspection without recording it, just because I wanted to get in and get out. Everybody is fine. I have seen all 5 queens, which is cool. Everybody over here in my production colonies and my resource colonies, they're good. Food looks good. Matter of fact, I am actually already feeding them some syrup and some pollen substitute. So seems like we're good to go going into mid-February. We've got some splits coming up. It looks like I actually have someone who has decided that they're going to buy some bees from me, which is really exciting, because I am wanting to maybe eventually make this a legitimate like company, which would be cool. So yeah, first like customer for bees, which is cool. Other than that, we're just pretty much gearing up for the beekeeping season. I'm hoping to have a couple videos coming out soon. I'm not going to put a timeline on it. I'm not going to rush myself. This year is going to be about me balancing everything, balancing life, balancing beekeeping, balancing my other jobs. And if I get to record videos, I get to record videos. It is very time consuming. What you guys see as a 10-minute video is about an hour and a half of filming, plus another hour to maybe 2 hours of editing, because I have to cut all that down and do my very shoddy job of editing. But hey, we'll get better at it. But yeah, that's it. That's the update. I'll probably just upload this thing straight up without any editing, which would be nice. I do have, like I said, some ideas for videos. Probably going to go record a couple right now because the weather's good. Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you guys for the support that you guys have given me. You know, hopefully I can be a little bit more consistent this year, but if not, just be patient with me. If you guys have any questions, reach out, comment. I will always, you know, reply to the comments if I can. If you are interested in seeing what we're doing this year, go ahead and give us a subscribe. Make sure they, you know, turn on so you can actually see that any new videos are coming out. Hit the bell. Share, that's always helpful. And yeah, just again, thank you. Take care, everybody. Bye.